Innovation and Design Thinking. IDT. VTU. Module 2. Tools for Design Thinking. Introduction. By J. Babu. Design Thinking Tools. Process of design thinking is generally divided into 4 phases. Immersion. Research to contextualize the problem, understand a given scenario, and formulation hypothesis to test and be proof. Analysis and synthesis. Grouping collected data and reframing the initial situation based on transforming data into insights. Ideation. Collaborative brainstorming sessions powered by tools to create solutions that derive from the problem or specific pain points found in the immersion. Prototyping. Assembling MVP prototypes and concept tests to validate the effectiveness of the solutions. Immersion Tools 1. Exploratory research. A preliminary field research for the team to understand the context surrounding the problem. 2. Desk research. Search for information on the project's theme from different sources, websites, books, magazines, blogs, articles, etc. 3. In-depth interviews. Obtaining information through dialogue, mainly with users, developers about the product-service process. 4. Awareness notebooks. Instruments used to obtain data, usually when the user is physically distant. 5. Ethnographic research. Ethnography is a branch of anthropology which aims to understand behaviors and cultural relationship dynamics by conducting field research. It achieves its objectives by talking with and observing people and their social interactions. 6. A day in the life. Simulation of a person's life or specific situation. 7. Generation research. Meetings with team members and stakeholders to carry out activities to present their views and share their experience with the project thus far. 8. Focus group. Survey used to check people's reactions to a particular issue or product. The method is considered an advanced qualitative research technique and should be used when one wants to understand consumer habits, observing their particularities and individual behavior. 9. Shadowing. Monitoring a user over a certain period that includes their interaction with the product or service under analysis. Analysis and synthesis tools. 1. Insight cards. Reflections based on real data from exploratory, desk, and in-depth surveys transformed into cards that facilitate the visualization of information. 2. Affinity diagram. The affinity diagram is a tool that allows you to organize ideas during brainstorming sessions. The goal is to take large amounts of information and/or insights and understand the essence behind that content. 3. Concept map. A concept map is a simplified diagram or visual organization of complex field data at different levels of depth. It represents how two or more concepts, ideas, are related to each other, enabling more linear reasoning and allowing new insights to being extracted from the information. It's usually portrayed with nodes, boxes or circles, which are hierarchically structured and connected by the arcs, lines or arrows. 4. Guiding criteria. Guidelines that must be followed continuously during the development of a project, which determine the limits of tasks, maintaining the proposed focus. 5. Empathy map. The empathy map is a visual tool that analyzes and describes behavioral aspects of the ideal customer. With this simple and didactic design thinking resource, it is possible to detail scenarios, thoughts, actions, problems, and the needs of your target audience. Use empathy map to understand the mood of the customer. 6. Personas. Personas are fictional archetypes that embody the brand's values. and represent the ideal customer's perspective. 7. User journey. A graphical representation of the stages of user's relationship with the product or service. 8. Blueprints. A service blueprint is essentially a diagram that shows, in general, the relationships between different solutions, like products and services, and its components, people, physical or digital evidence, and processes that are directly tied. It works as visual schematic matrix representing the whole system of interactions that straightforwardly characterize a service. 9. Reframing. Examining unanswered questions in a company from different perspectives, allowing for the deconstruction of biases and assumptions about a business, product, or service. 10. Customer journey maps. A customer journey map is a visual representation of every experience your customers have with you, your services, products, basically your entire brand. Journey maps illustrate all the touchpoints that your clients may have through visuals that tell the story of how they moved through each phase of interaction. They are often based on a timeline of events, for example, from initial attraction, when a customer first makes contact with you, all the way through to their final purchase and post-purchase support. Ideation tools. 1. Brainstorming and brainwriting. It is a creative process to encourage those involved in the project to generate many ideas quickly. Brainstorming meetings where before the creative discussion starts, everyone writes their ideas anonymously on pieces of paper, which are shuffled afterward. 2. Co-creation workshop. Collaborative meeting held by the design team, which brings together individuals from different areas to foster innovative solutions. 3. Ideas menu. Catalog that summarize and makes tangible all the ideas generated in the project. 4. Positioning matrix. A matrix that communicates the benefits and challenges in implementing each solution. This way, the most strategic ideas are prioritized for prototyping. Prototyping tools. 1. Proof of concept. A proof of concept, POC, is a realization of a certain method or idea in order to demonstrate its feasibility. It's how we determine whether an idea can be turned into a reality. 2. Minimum viable product. A minimum viable product is the simplest version of a product, service, or functionality to obtain your value proposition's market validation. 3. Volume model. A three-dimensional representation of a product with varying fidelity levels is used to take the idea and transform it into something concrete. 4. Wireframing. Wireframing is a prototype used in interface design to sketch the structure of a digital product such as websites or applications, briefly exemplifying the relationships between its pages and other key elements in the interface. 5. Storyboard. Visual representations of a story through static frames. They are created from drawings, collages, photographs, or any other type of graphic representation. 6. Staging and service prototype. Staging is the name for improvised simulation of material artifacts, environments, or even people's interactions with objects or dialogues. It is used to represent aspects of a solution, as well as test, build, or detail steps in a procedure to improve of a product or service experience. 7. Prototyping on paper. Simple representations of interfaces, drawn by hand, with different fidelity levels to make an idea tangible. Next video presents tools available for design thinking process. Thanks for watching. Comment for any suggestions. Like, share and subscribe for more videos.